Now we begin our work with files. In this session, we look at creating log files, keeping tabs of all activities by all users. A file is a named set of data. It could be a document, or a JPEG, or a video, or an audio, and so on. Note that here we're talking about files on your server, not on a client. A file is used to hold data for later access. It has a location, a directory, or possibly directory/subdirectory, or directory/subdirectory/subsubdirectory, and so on. You create a new file or access an existing one by mentioning its name in an fopen function. You add data to a file using the fwrite function. Now, data is not usually written to the disk immediately. To be efficient, data is placed into a buffer, a section of memory, or RAM, and when the buffer is full, then the data is written to disk. This is because disks are mechanical devices and slow compared to RAM, which is very fast. If you've written to the buffer and you've had all you had and it's not full, you can issue an fflush function to say, go ahead and write to disk because that's all I have to say. On your server, there could be multiple users running your CGI at the same time, and if two of them try to write to the same file at the same time, some data is likely to be lost. We can prevent this by issuing an flock function before we write, then writing the data, then freeing the lock by issuing another flock function so that somebody else can write to the file. This is very common when you're doing logging activity. You want all the activity to be in the same file, but you don't want to lose data from different users. One key here is to hold the lock for as short a period of time as possible. When you're done creating or extending a file, you issue an fclose function. So the pattern is this. fopen will create a new file or access an existing one. Flock will lock the file as soon as possible. Fwrite will write the data to a buffer. Flush will flush out the buffer to the disk. Flock then will release the lock, and fclose will close the file, release the file. So we'll look at creating log files using this technique. Creating log files. Step 1. One time only. The first thing you need to do, and you only need to do this once, is to create a directory for your log files. This will help organize the logged information and keep it separate from your actual customer/user data. I use the name of logs. You will want such a directory on your personal computer and on your server. Then to review the content, you can use your file transfer program such as FileZilla to download files from the log directory on your server to the log directory on your computer. Step 2, one time only. Next, choose a name format for log files. Here, you may want to have a log file for each day or each month, depending on the volume of entries you expect. So establish a naming convention. For example, if I want to have a log file for each day, so all the activity for each day is in one file, you might choose something like this. $today equals date parent uppercase y dash lowercase m dash lowercase d, and then append dash log.txt. So you can establish $log name equals $today dot concatenated with dash log.txt. So your file names would look something like 2022-07-17-log.txt. Or to accumulate all the activity for a whole month into one file, you might go this way. $log name equals date of, quote, uppercase y dash lowercase m dash, and then concatenate with log.txt. So a typical log file name might be 2023-03-log.txt. There are other alternatives to be sure, but it seems natural to organize log records by date in some way. Step 3, one time only, decide on the format of your log messages. Typically, you would include the time and possibly the date if you're grouping by month and want to know which day the event occurred, and where the activity came from. a username if available, or maybe an IP address if you don't have a name, and the type of activity. Was it adding a new traveler or updating information already on hand, and so on, and if the process was successful or not. Step 4. Every time. Early in your CGI, after you've declared the variables being passed from the invoking form, include variable definitions to be used in your logging. Then, after defining your variables, say, build your initial log message. Then, as you go through the logic, record errors or successes. Before you leave the CGI, send your messages to your log file. Let's use the Sign Up for Japan trip form. Early in the CGI, declare these variables. // for logging, $log message equals quote quote, semicolon, $now equals date, parenthesis, quote, uppercase H colon, lowercase I colon, lowercase s, quote, parent semicolon. Log name will equal date of uppercase Y dash lowercase m dash lowercase d concatenated with dash log.txt. And so the log file will be the logs directory and then the generated log $log name. Then a little later, you can build the first draft of your log entry. $log message equals quote $now colon sign up by $first, $last, \r\n. Note, we timestamp the message using the variable $now and then provide the text. Note also the \r\n, which, as we've discussed before, starts a new line in the message. I've subsequently learned that on some systems \n is sufficient, so you should do some testing on your particular server to see which works best for you. In future videos, I'll be using just \n. As you go through your logic, you may find a need or opportunity to add more information to your log message. For example, $log message equals $log message dot, traveler is too young, \r\n. Now, before you exit the CGI then, write the log message to your current log file. $log stream equals fopen of $log file, comma, quote, a quote. flock of log stream, lock underscore ex, fwrite $log stream, $log message. Now here's where we actually write to the buffer. fflush log stream, so that clears the buffer to the hard drive. flock log stream lock on, which refrees the lock, and fclose $log stream. We discuss the above code in detail next, and the source for file system functions is found here, https://www.php.net/manual/en/ref.filesystem.php. The fopen function. The syntax is fopen parenthesis file name comma mode, where file name is the name of your data destination, that is, we've seen so far, the name of your log file. Mode is a letter indicating how the file should be opened. Although there are other options, for now we'll just use lowercase a, which says open for write, appending to the end of any existing data. Also, if the file does not yet exist, then create it. Note there are two other possible parameters, but they're not relevant to our work here. Now the function returns a stream, a destination for your fwrite commands. You choose the variable name to hold a stream and use that name in subsequent function invocations. So, for example, $log stream equals fopen of $log file, comma, quote, lowercase a, quote. The flock function. As we mentioned earlier, the next step is put a temporary lock on the output file so no one else can cause your record to be overwritten or ignored. So flock for file lock. The program pauses until the lock is obtained so that if any other process is currently accessing the file, the next step will wait until that other process releases the lock. So the syntax is flock parenthesis stream name, comma, lock type. Stream name is the variable holding the pointer to the open output stream. Lock type is one of several reserved values, constants. Lock underscore sh, acquire a shared lock. That's for reading. Lock underscore ex, acquire an exclusive lock. That's for writing. And lock underscore un, release an existing lock. That is, unlock. The function returns true if successful and false if not. So, for example, flock parenthesis logs $logstream comma lock underscore ex before writing, and flock of $logstream comma lock underscore un before closing. Note, these locks are called advisory. It only works for any file if everyone accessing the same file uses the same process. The fwrite function. Syntax fwrite parenthesis stream name comma content. So stream name is the variable holding the pointer to the open output stream, and content is the data you are writing to the file. There is a third optional operand, an integer specifying how many bytes to write out. The write stops when that number of bytes have been transferred or the output content has reached its end. The function returns the number of bytes written out. Example, and by the way, note here we are ignoring the returned value. Fwrite of $logstream, comma, $log message. The fflush function, the syntax is fflush parenthesis stream name, where stream name is the variable holding the pointer to the open output stream, and this forces a write of all remaining contents in the buffer to the open output stream. The function returns true if successful or false on failure. So we've written to the hard drive now. Then after the fflush, you can issue the flock with the lock un option. Example, fflush parenthesis $logstream. The fclose function, syntax is fclose stream name, where stream name is the variable holding the pointer to the open output stream. This disconnects the stream from the actual file. Note, fclose actually frees any lock, but the lock is held for a shorter period of time if you explicitly free the lock before you close the file. The function returns true if successful, false otherwise. Example, fclose of $logstream. In this session, we examine the pieces needed to create an output file that is being written to, possibly by multiple users of your CGI, all at the same time. Declare your variables, accumulate log messages as your logic flows. At the end, open the log file, lock the stream, write, flush, unlock the stream, and close the log file. So here's our variables for logging now equals date h:(i:)s, today equals date of y-m-d, log name equals $today-log.txt, log message equals quote quote, and log file equals quote /logs/ quote $log name, concatenating. At some point in your code, you initialize $log message with a timestamp and sign up by $first, $last. And then, just before you leave the CGI, $logstream equals fopen of log file A, flock $logstream lock underscore ex, fwrite $logstream of $log message, so you write your message out to the buffer, flush $logstream, that flushes the buffer and puts it to the hard drive, flock $logstream lock underscore un, which frees the lock, and fclose $logstream, which closes the file. Coming up, in the next session, we examine how to read existing files and how to build files using data passed to your CGI. See you there.